crazy. All I did was ask her one question, and I get blocked. Women. So on today's show, we're going to talk about Keyshia Cole, and then I got to holler at y'all ladies. But let me holler at Keyshia Cole's first. Keyshia Cole, let me holler at you for a second. So let me get this straight, Keyshia. Or let me call you Kiki, so you can feel right at home like we know each other. Now, Kiki, listen up. I know I'm a nobody, right? And a lot of y'all celebs tend to look down on us, especially if our numbers ain't up, right? But forget all that. I treat y'all celebrities like regular people. You no different than me. Just more people know you. And you might have a little bit more money than me. But you got to pay tax like me, renew your driver's license like me, report to jury duty like me, pay your rent like me, and the list goes on. You eat, drink, sleep, just like me. Well, not quite, but you get what I'm saying. Why do you undervalue yourself? Is your self-esteem that low? I mean that with respect, but why do you keep doing this to yourself? And why do y'all ladies blame the men instead of the person y'all see in the mirror? Kiki and ladies, let me slow down before I go there. Now, I'm confused with Antonio Brown. Didn't he play Keyshia Cole not too long ago? He pretty much smashed and dashed. He pumped and dumped her. Kicked her to the curb. And now he wants to holler at Keyshia Cole. Shooting his shot once again. There was a post on social media where they were comparing Keyshia Cole's when she was in her youthful years at 24, when she was in her prime in 2005. I still can't believe that she's older than me. This is crazy. But anyway, when she was in her glow compared to now at 42, she still looks good for, for her age and the way she takes care of herself. But she hit the wall. Let's just keep it real, man. She's a beautiful, very attractive woman. Not as fine as she was when she was 24, but she's still fine. She still got it. And you can't even tell that Keyshia Cole is 42. I mean, not really. Especially when she's all decked out, you know what I mean? This post was posted right here. And under the post, AB, as in Antonio Brown, posted the heart emojis. 2 of them to be exact. Let's rewind for a second. Now, once upon a time ago, Keyshia Cole and Antonio Brown had a little romantic fling, right? Not too long ago. Not here to gossip, just here to educate y'all on the inner workings of how these celebrities operate, because it trickles down to us. Because, a lot of people are idolaters. So this is why I do my content like this. And for some reason, AB would get goofy to me. He would always post things on social media like, you ain't pimping until you hit an R&B diva, free agent, keep pimping. Why would you post something like that on Instagram? Why do you need to let the world know? I mean, if the world know y'all talking, but why do you gotta put that out there? I'm telling you, it's more men today who kiss and tell than women back in the days. See, that was no disrespect, ladies, but that was females doing that back in the days. Not a lot, but you had the ones that did that. Nowadays, it's mostly men. Because women are very discreet at times. They don't like everybody in their business, and they don't like the shame that comes with how Amber Rose is carrying herself. She wears it. She lets you know, look, this is what it is, blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to think who else is like that. Brittany Renner, they don't, they're past the shame, even though they feel it to some degree. But back then, it was really frowned upon for a woman to be, they call it a 304 now. This is something new I'm learning. I'm still not understanding why they call it a 304. But that's what they call it now, y'all. We call it jump off, scallywags. I like to coin the phrase dot pocket. I like that one a whole lot. I'm probably gonna have to edit all that out just to keep it PG on YouTube. But it's a new era, man. Now look at this. She got drunk off the dumb girl juice. She tatted this man's initials on her body. Yeah, he was going in like crazy. It don't even be about the love. It be about that man game. That's why you ladies be going crazy. When y'all gonna learn? Imagine what those arguments was like behind the scenes.
You want me to take it down? I was just playing. How I feel about you. I love you.
Yeah, but why you gotta show the public? Why you gotta put me down in the public? But behind the scenes, you don't do that.
That's how she was looking at it. It's like the disrespect. And this is a grown man, mind you, acting like a teenage boy who finally got laid. You know what I'm saying? And you could tell this dude, he was just so infatuated with this woman. He was just excited that he was able to actually smash her. He's probably in his mind like, wow, I really got Keyshia Cole, son. I ain't never thought listen, I had a lot of baddies, but I ain't think I would scoop her up. And it went to his head, especially if she's in love with him. Oh man, it sent him through the roof. Then this dude goes on Instagram Live with yet another message saying, Keyshia Cole, I'm a player, man. We don't want you, Keyshia. I don't go back, I go forward. Fam, what's with this dude? I know that left her brokenhearted. You know what I mean? He played her. Because I remember seeing that online. And I was like, yo, that's messed up. So he pretty much pumped and dumped her. So fast forward. Now that picture comes up with Keyshia Cole's. They're comparing when she was young versus now. When she was in her prime and now being washed up. No disrespect. So on around Valentine's, she says on her Instagram, I should get a check for my taste in men. This has to be a disability. Well, however, it is a disability because you lack the accountability. That's the issue, But you did say my taste in men. So maybe that's a little bit of accountability. But is it really accountability? Why should you get a check? The check is the reality check. The fact that you're in your 40s and you're not married, or you're not with your cane. Let me tell you something. I told y'all before, the days of being with somebody from 40 to 50 years, those days are over. If you haven't found your somebody told me, if you haven't found your high school sweetheart by now, it's a wrap. And that goes for both genders. If you didn't find, what I'm saying is, if you didn't find the one that you could be with 20 to 30 years later when you was in high school, it's going to be real tough for you to find it now. Yo, let me tell you something. Back in the days, it was our aunties, because everybody likes to use the phrase aunties now and uncles because we up in age and now we are a lot older. But back then, when you went to family gatherings, it was always that one auntie. She had no kids. She old, no disrespect, single, got all this cake, maked up on her face. She got the weave, and she's smoking a cigarette. And y'all, you know, everybody in the family know that she get around. She be around the block a few times. You know what I mean? And you know, if you know, you know. Nowadays, it's a whole generation of people that's moving just like that. It's crazy, man. It is. Like, natural beauty is a thing of the past. Like, everything is just these eyelashes, the filters on the social media, because we didn't have social media back then. So all this BBL stuff, and then I'm coming across a video where they're saying Monica got a BBL. I got to do a video on that. Like, this is just craziness, man. The hair hats. Shout out to Tommy Sotomayor. I got that from him. That's his phrase or whatever. If you hear anybody say that, they got it from Tommy Sotomayor. I just wanted to throw that in there. The hair hats, which is the weaves. Like, natural beauty is just not what it once was, man. And Keyshia Cole's third photo, that was the first photo about the disability. The third photo was,
by the power vested in me, I now pronounce you blocked and deleted. You may now kiss my
Okay. Now, I think AB is a corny dude, bro. And then I looked through the long list of the men that Keyshia Cole has been with. And I know she hasn't been with every last one of those guys, but a lot of them she has been with. And I was like, oh, snappy, I remember when she dated Young Jeezy. I mean, how can I forget? Now, Kiki and ladies, the very first man you gave your body to was supposed to be your first and last man. That's the way the Creator originally and still does want it and wanted it. But no, we humans live in the flesh, and time again wonder, why do we have these problems? This is why it's hard for you ladies of today to pair bond. Soul ties is a real thing, y'all. Because you have created way too many soul ties by increasing the number of bodies you jumped in the bed with over the years throughout your life. It will be much harder for you to pair bond with anyone. This is why the Creator did not intend it on any of us to explore and to be bed hopping. That's where we go wrong. Ladies, once you go from man number one, especially if he made a major impact on your life, and the amount of times y'all get it in, and then y'all break up because of all his lies, his cheating, and his manipulation, or sometimes abuse, whether it be physical or verbal. Now you go to guy number two, who's either close to that guy or worse. Y'all repeat the same cycle in a hurry to get it in, then have a relationship. He gets caught cheating. Y'all break up. Only this time, wah, wah, here comes a baby. 9 months later, y'all try to do it again, hook it back up. These are just scenarios, y'all. And what happens? He cheats again. He gets caught, and now you go through it yet again, to the point to where you're just done. Instead of healing from the first guy, you was in a rush for the second guy. Ladies, this is where a lot of y'all go wrong at. Y'all really need to chill. Most of y'all never really give yourselves enough time to heal. Nope. Within a month or two, or 3 or 4, y'all ready to see what's next. Nowadays, a lot of y'all have adapted to the new mentality of talking to multiple men. Wow, how far have we gone from bad to worse? So, you try to get with guy number 3, How toxic is this? And think that you can make him your king. How do you know if he's king worthy? Y'all be having all these issues because you want to do whatever you want to do. You don't want to do what the book tells you to do. See if he's a righteous brother first. But nah, y'all don't want men like that. So you created 2 soul ties already. Now you go on to guy number 3. And you still think men are the problem here, huh? Okay, so guy number 3 is different because he's more smoother than the rest. And he's more loving, more caring. He listens. He remembers a lot of things you tell him. He talks and, communicates very well. He can hold a conversation. He's not mentioning, getting it in right away. It's like it's not even on his mind. You bring it up to him first. Take notes, fellas. He's there for you, spends money on you from time to time, not in a tricking way. You not knowing he's worse than the other 2 guys. The other 2 soul ties you created. Now y'all in a rush. Y'all get it in, and now, wow, look what you just did. You created another soul tie, dummy. Y'all go into a relationship. Why do y'all do this to yourselves? It's beyond me. Because y'all want to get it in first to see how he's working it in the bed. Then y'all want to make a man your boyfriend. Terrible. So some time goes by and yet again, he gets caught flirting or cheating with other girls. And here we are again. But hold up. He told you he never wanted nothing serious. And he wasn't ready for a serious committed relationship, but you wouldn't listen. He even tried to friend zone you. But it turned into a situationship. So now y'all argue and he eventually dumps you. Now you're really crushed. And not to mention, he gets with a girl you look way prettier than. See how he played you? You should have cheated? Huh. I guess you should have. No, I'm just playing. You should have kept them legs closed. And not focused on these type of men. Y'all like bad boys. That guy you said, oh, he's just a friend. He's like a brother. Was the man you should have settled down with. But nope, he was way too boring for you. Oh, I know I'm gonna trigger some of y'all. I know I am. So guy number 4 sometimes is a plot twist. A Chad and a Brad type of guy. Now you dating outside your race. And fast forward, he plays you too. You're hurt yet again. Feeling used and abused. And guy number 5 is Rico. From the Rico and Juan type of guys who can't stay out of jail. He gets you preggo. Now you have another baby on the way when you just had a child with guy. What was that, guy number 2? And now you got another baby on the way as if you don't have one already. Now soul tie number 5. He's your second baby father. So y'all part ways because he don't want to get a job or his act right. And you tired of fighting and arguing with all of his baby mamas. Plus he can't stay out of jail to save his life. And now you're his newest baby mama. Wow, ladies. Wow. I want to know one question. Why do y'all live like this? So now you have 5 soul ties. And at this point, you have so many personalities from each man you have. Got it in with. All that trauma and baggage and hurt and pain and bitterness, and you feel slightly jaded. And you say to yourself now, I'm not getting it in right off the back no more. I'm not rushing to get it in the bed. This next man, I'm gonna make him wait. He has to marry me before we do anything. Bruh. This is where y'all be going wrong at. So now, cause all of those soul ties, those no good men who did you dirty, did you wrong, did you foul, now the next guy has to suffer. Now he has to be punished for the sins of your exes. And you think this is right. You think this is fair to him? But he could be the potential new guy who is potentially the one for you. But you want to make him suffer because of the things that your loser exes put you through. Well, in that case, you should have made soul tie number one, which is guy number one, your first soul tie. You should have made him marry you when you was a virgin before getting it in. And you wouldn't have none of these problems or issues. But time and time again, y'all hurt nobody but yourselves living in denial. Ladies, you gotta hold yourselves accountable at the end of the day. You all chose those type of men. And no, we are not all the same. Well, that's my time, y'all. If I offended anyone, I'm sorry, ladies, but I did this with love. With love. Is it too late for you? A lot of y'all? Yes. Some of y'all? No. Especially if you only have one or two soul ties, you might have a chance. But if you have over 10 soul ties or more, or even more than 3, it's a wrap. It's over for you. Anyway, that's not to say you won't find anybody, but it's going to be really hard for them to pair bond with you because you got way too many soul ties. That's why it's hard for you to find somebody to pair bond with. Sure, you can find anybody to lay with you, but how many men can you find to stay with you?
Whoa, that didn't sound right. Only one man to stay with you.
Anyway, more on that later. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I'm out.